Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest power you possess is the ability to direct your attention. Yet how often do we squander that gift, letting it drift to external circumstances, people, or distractions that do nothing but sap our energy? The truth is, what you give your attention to becomes your reality. The world you experience is nothing but a reflection of where you place your focus. Your attention is the most powerful force you have. Wherever you direct it, you create energy, motion, and ultimately reality. The challenge, however, lies in how easily we allow our attention to be fragmented. We chase after fleeting distractions, become entangled in the lives and opinions of others, or allow circumstances to dictate where our focus lies. This scattered approach weakens your creative power and delays the manifestation of your deepest desires. To focus inward means reclaiming your attention from everything external and placing it where it truly belongs within. When you focus on yourself, on your thoughts, emotions, and aspirations, you begin to harness the creative energy that molds your reality. Everything that exists around you is a result of where your attention has been directed in the past. If you want to change your outer circumstances, you must first change where you place your attention. The outer world is full of distractions, and it's easy to get lost in it. We are often conditioned to seek approval or validation from outside sources, but this is an illusion. The only approval you need is from yourself, and that can only come when you focus inward. When you give your attention to yourself, you create a sense of purpose, clarity, and direction. It allows you to see your life for what it truly is, and gives you the ability to reshape it according to your desires. Every thought you hold, every emotion you dwell upon, influences the world you experience. If you are constantly directing your attention outward on the actions of others, on their opinions, on circumstances beyond your control, you dilute your creative potential. By focusing on yourself, you allow your mind to become clear and aligned with your inner purpose. You begin to notice the subtle shifts in your energy, and soon your outer world will reflect the harmony you have cultivated within. To master the power of personal attention means to understand that your world is always responding to you. If you want to see change, if you want to see growth, start by focusing entirely on yourself. Everything you desire is within your reach, but it begins by recognizing the immense creative force you hold, simply by choosing where to direct your focus. Self-awareness is the foundation of all personal growth. It is the key to understanding who you are, what drives you, and what truly matters in your life. Many go through life without ever taking the time to know themselves, letting external influences shape their decisions, beliefs, and actions. Without self-awareness, we become reactive, responding to life's circumstances blindly, rather than consciously shaping our path. When you are self-aware, you begin to see beyond the surface of things. You notice the patterns in your thoughts, the feelings behind your reactions, and the desires that shape your behavior. This awareness gives you the power to make intentional choices, rather than being led by unconscious habits. It helps you understand why certain things trigger you, why you hold on to certain beliefs, and how these patterns influence your life. True self-awareness is more than just knowing your strengths and weaknesses. It's about understanding the underlying motivations and beliefs that guide you. It requires looking deep into yourself and being honest about your fears, desires, and limitations. It's recognizing that every thought and emotion you have is shaping your experience of reality, and that you are responsible for your own inner state. When you cultivate self-awareness, you begin to notice the subtle ways in which you sabotage your progress or allow fear to hold you back. You start to see how much of your life has been lived unconsciously, driven by automatic reactions and unexamined beliefs. With this understanding, you gain the power to shift your focus and take control of your inner world. Becoming self-aware also means recognizing the stories you've been telling yourself, stories about who you are, what you can achieve, and what is possible for you. These stories are not fixed, they can be rewritten. But to change them, you first need to be aware of them. Once you see how your thoughts and beliefs are shaping your life, you can begin to make different choices, ones that align with the person you truly want to become. Self-awareness is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice, a commitment to observing yourself without judgment and with curiosity. The more you practice, the more you realize that everything you experience is a reflection of your inner state. And as you become more aware of this, you start to see how much power you hold over your own reality. Distractions are the greatest thieves of time and focus. In today's world, they are everywhere, constantly pulling your attention away from what truly matters. Whether it's social media, trivial conversations, or mindless entertainment, these distractions dilute your energy and scatter your focus, making it difficult to achieve anything of real substance. The truth is, every distraction that you allow into your life takes you further away from your goals, your vision, and ultimately your highest potential. The moment you become distracted, you lose control of your attention. And with that loss of control comes the loss of power, the power to create, the power to focus, and the power to manifest your deepest desires. Distractions make you reactive rather than proactive. They force you to respond to whatever is happening outside of you, leaving little room for introspection or personal growth. The more time you spend in distraction, the less time you have to invest in yourself, your dreams, and your aspirations. To eliminate distractions is to reclaim your power. It is about taking control of your environment, both externally and internally. External distractions are easy to identify: notifications, idle conversations, constant noise. But internal distractions are more subtle. They come in the form of negative thoughts, worries about the future, or dwelling on the past. These internal distractions are just as powerful, if not more so, in keeping you from achieving your goals. Eliminating distractions requires discipline and awareness. You must become conscious of where your attention goes throughout the day. Are you focused on what moves you forward, or are you letting your energy be drained by things that do not serve you? By becoming aware of these distractions, you can begin to cut them out, one by one, until all that remains is a clear path to your goals. This process is not always easy. Distractions often provide a sense of comfort or escape, allowing you to avoid facing the challenges or discomforts that come with focused effort. But true growth comes from embracing that discomfort, from staying committed to your vision, even when distractions try to pull you away. The more you resist the pull of distractions, the stronger your focus becomes, and the more you'll find yourself making real progress toward your goals. By eliminating distractions, you create space for clarity, purpose, and intentional action. You start to see your life not as a series of random events, but as something you have the power to shape and direct. Your time becomes more valuable, and your actions become more deliberate. With each distraction you eliminate, you reclaim a piece of your power, and with that power you can create the life you truly desire. Everything you experience in the external world is a reflection of what exists within you. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape the reality you see around you, even when you may not be fully aware of it. The outer world is not something separate from you, but rather a mirror that reflects the state of your inner being. If you wish to change your circumstances, the only way to do so is by shifting your focus inward and transforming your internal landscape. Most people spend their lives trying to control or manipulate the external world, believing that by changing their environment, they can find happiness, success, or peace. But the truth is, no amount of external change can bring lasting fulfillment unless the inner world is aligned with it. If your thoughts are chaotic, your reality will be chaotic. If you hold beliefs of lack, you will see lack all around you. If you focus on fear, you will encounter situations that reinforce that fear. The outer world responds to the energy you project, and that energy is created by your inner thoughts and emotions. It's like planting seeds in a garden. What you plant within your mind grows into your external life. If you plant seeds of doubt, frustration, or insecurity, you will see those qualities manifest in your life. However, if you plant seeds of confidence, abundance, and peace, your reality will begin to reflect those higher states of being. To change your outer reality, you must first become aware of your inner state. Ask yourself, what am I constantly thinking about? What beliefs am I holding on to that are limiting me? What emotions am I allowing to dominate my inner world? The answers to these questions will reveal why your external circumstances are the way they are. Once you understand the connection, you can begin to shift your focus and consciously direct your thoughts and emotions toward what you truly desire. This is not about ignoring the outer world or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about recognizing that the power to transform those challenges lies within you. By changing the way you think and feel, you change the energy you emit, and as a result, the outer world will begin to reflect this new energy. The process may not happen overnight, but the more you cultivate a positive and focused inner world, the more your external reality will shift to align with it. When you take responsibility for your inner state, you unlock the true potential to create the life you desire. The outer world is always responding to your inner reality, whether you realize it or not. If you don't like what you see outside, don't waste your energy trying to force change in the external world. Instead, turn inward and make the necessary shifts in your mind and heart. As your inner world evolves, your outer world will naturally follow. Time is the one resource that cannot be replenished, renewed, or regained once a moment passes. It's gone forever, leaving only the echoes of what we did with it. Yet, despite its irreplaceable nature, so many people treat time as if it were infinite, squandering it on things that do not serve their growth or move them closer to their goals. The realization that time is limited should be the driving force behind every decision, every action, and every choice you make in life. Every second that you spend drifting without intention is a second lost, and with each lost moment, you move further away from what you could become. We often underestimate the value of time because its passage is constant and subtle. But as days turn into weeks and weeks into years, you may wake up one day and realize that the time you thought you had is gone. The opportunities you could have seized are no longer available, and the potential you had to shape your life has been diminished. The key to understanding the true value of time lies in how you choose to use it. Every moment is an opportunity to invest in yourself, to build toward your future, and to create something meaningful. But if that time is spent on distractions, on things that bring no value, or on pursuits that only drain your energy, then you are wasting the most precious resource you have. The hours you spend aimlessly scrolling through your phone, engaging in trivial conversations, or doing things out of habit, rather than intention, are hours that could have been used to transform your life. Time is not just about the number of hours in a day. It's about the quality of those hours. 1 hour of focused, intentional work can achieve more than an entire day of half-hearted effort. When you recognize the value of each moment, you begin to approach your life with a sense of urgency, not panic, but purpose. You realize that you cannot afford to be careless with your time, and that every choice matters. The people who achieve great things understand that time is irreplaceable. They do not wait for the perfect moment or for circumstances to align. They use the time they have right now to move forward. They know that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and that what they do with today will determine the quality of their future. By valuing time, they make the most of every opportunity and leave no room for regret. If you want to live a life of purpose, You must first value the time you have been given. This means eliminating the distractions that waste your time, focusing on what truly matters, and taking action every day, no matter how small. Each moment is a building block for your future. And the more you invest your time wisely, the more your life will reflect the vision you hold within. Time waits for no one, and once it's gone, it's gone. The question is, what will you do with the time you have? The pursuit of external validation is a trap that many fall into, often without even realizing it. It is easy to get caught up in seeking approval from others, whether it's from family, friends, colleagues, friends, or even strangers. We live in a world that constantly encourages us to measure our worth by the opinions of those around us. But this external validation is fleeting and hollow. It can never truly fulfill you because it is based on factors outside of your control. The more you seek it, the more you find yourself giving away your power and losing sight of what really matters investing in yourself. Self-investment, on the other hand, is a far more lasting and rewarding endeavor. When you choose to focus on developing yourself, your skills, your mindset, your growth, you are creating a foundation that will support you for life. The energy you spend trying to gain the approval of others could be better spent building the life you desire, learning new things, expanding your understanding of yourself, and working toward your own goals. The more you invest in yourself, the more you realize that the opinions of others hold no real power over you. External validation is fragile. It depends on the changing moods and preferences of those around you. What people approve of today may be criticized tomorrow, leaving you constantly shifting to meet their expectations. This constant striving to please others is draining and keeps you trapped in a cycle of dependency. You can never fully satisfy everyone, and trying to do so will only lead to frustration and a loss of your true identity. When you invest in yourself, you take back control. You become more secure in who you are, and as a result, external validation no longer carries the weight it once did. You stop relying on others to define your worth because you know that true value comes from within. This shift in perspective is liberating. You realize that you are the only one responsible for your own growth and happiness. By focusing on yourself, you build a solid foundation of self-worth that cannot be easily shaken by outside opinions. Self-investment also leads to real, tangible results. While chasing external validation might give you temporary satisfaction, it does not lead to lasting progress. Investing in yourself, however, leads to personal development and the achievement of your goals. You begin to see growth in areas that matter most to you, whether it's in your career, relationships, or inner peace. This kind of progress is deeply fulfilling because it is rooted in your own efforts and not dependent on the approval of others. By choosing self-investment over external validation, you are making a commitment to your own growth. You prioritize what truly matters to you, rather than what others expect of you. This mindset shift allows you to build a life that is aligned with your true desires, not one dictated by the fleeting judgments of others. The power of thought is immense, yet often overlooked. Every thought you hold in your mind has the potential to shape your destiny, creating the life you experience day by day. Your thoughts are not mere fleeting ideas, they are the building blocks of your reality. What you dwell on consistently becomes the blueprint for your future. Every belief, every feeling, every recurring thought sends out a signal that the world responds to, drawing experiences, people, and circumstances into your life that reflect the inner world you have cultivated. Many people underestimate the influence of their thoughts. They move through life reacting to situations without realizing that the very situations they encounter are a reflection of the thoughts they've been nurturing. If you consistently think about lack, limitation, or failure, you will find yourself surrounded by experiences that reinforce those ideas. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant, whether they be positive or negative, will grow and shape the landscape of your life. It is crucial to become aware of the thoughts you are entertaining because they are shaping your future in every moment. If your thoughts are filled with self-doubt, worry, or fear, your destiny will mirror those qualities. You will encounter obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that confirm your inner state. But if your thoughts are filled with confidence, abundance, and possibility, you will begin to attract opportunities that align with those positive energies. The universe is always responding to the thoughts you project. The key is to consciously choose the thoughts that serve your highest purpose. It is not about denying the existence of challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it's about choosing to focus on thoughts that empower you, thoughts that align with the vision you hold for your life. When you consciously direct your thinking toward success, growth, and happiness, you begin to shift the trajectory of your destiny. The more you train your mind to dwell on what you desire, the more you will see those desires take shape in your reality. Your thoughts are the starting point of every action you take. Before you do anything, before you speak a word or make a decision, the thought precedes it. That thought determines the course of your actions and ultimately the direction of your life. If you allow negative or limiting thoughts to dominate your mind, you will unconsciously sabotage your efforts to achieve your goals. But if you nurture positive, expansive thoughts, you set yourself up for success because your actions will naturally align with those empowering beliefs. The power to shape your destiny lies entirely within your mind. By choosing your thoughts wisely, you can transform not only your present, but also the future that awaits you. You are constantly creating, whether you realize it or not. Your thoughts are the seeds of your future experiences, and the more you become aware of this, the more you can consciously direct your thoughts to create the life you desire. Discipline with your energy is crucial if you want to achieve anything meaningful in life. Your energy is your life force, the fuel that drives your thoughts, actions, and ultimately your success. Without discipline, that energy is scattered, spread thin across multiple distractions, concerns, and unproductive habits. But when you learn to discipline your energy, when you direct it purposefully and with intention, you unlock a level of focus and productivity that can transform your life. Every day you are given a finite amount of energy. How you choose to use it determines the outcome of your day, your week, and your life as a whole. Many people squander their energy on things that bring no real value: mindless scrolling, pointless arguments, or chasing after things that don't align with their true goals. Each of these activities drains you, leaving you with little energy for the things that matter most. Over time, this lack of discipline leads to frustration, stagnation, and a feeling of being stuck. When you are disciplined with your energy, you become intentional about where it goes. You start to guard it carefully, understanding that it is a precious resource that must be used wisely. Instead of letting your energy be pulled in 100 different directions, you focus it on the tasks, projects, and goals that will move you forward. You eliminate the distractions that drain your energy and say no to the things that do not align with your vision. This discipline also applies to your internal energy, your thoughts and emotions. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you dwell on, consumes energy. If you are constantly thinking negative thoughts or allowing your emotions to spiral out of control, you are wasting valuable energy that could be directed toward positive creation. By being disciplined with your internal energy, you learn to focus your mind on thoughts that uplift and empower you, and you become more resilient in the face of challenges. Disciplining your energy also means being mindful of the people and environments you engage with. Some people and situations are energy drainers, pulling you down and leaving you feeling depleted. When you are disciplined, you choose to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, and you seek environments that nourish your growth. You begin to protect your energy like a valuable asset because you understand that your success depends on how well you manage it. It takes practice to become disciplined with your energy, but the rewards are immense. You start to notice that when your energy is focused and aligned, you can achieve far more in less time. You move through your day with purpose and clarity, and you find yourself making steady progress toward your goals. Instead of feeling scattered and overwhelmed, you feel empowered and in control of your life. The more disciplined you become with your energy, the more you begin to realize that it is the key to unlocking your potential. You no longer allow external forces to dictate how you feel or where your attention goes. Instead, you take full responsibility for your energy, directing it toward the things that truly matter, and using it to create the life you desire. Committing to personal growth is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life. Growth is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process, a lifelong journey of becoming more than you were yesterday. When you commit to personal growth, you are saying to yourself and the world that you are not content to remain stagnant, that you recognize your potential, and that you are willing to put in the effort to evolve, no matter the challenges you face. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentionality, discipline, and the willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a dangerous place. It feels safe and familiar, but it's also where dreams go to die. In that space, you may avoid pain, discomfort, and risk, but you also avoid progress, opportunity, and transformation. By committing to personal growth, you make a conscious decision to embrace discomfort and uncertainty because you understand that it's in those moments where true growth happens. One of the most important aspects of personal growth is self-awareness. You need to be willing to look at yourself honestly, your strengths, your weaknesses, and the patterns in your life that are holding you back. This self-awareness provides the foundation for growth because it allows you to see where you need to focus your energy and attention. Whether it's improving your mindset, developing new skills, or breaking old habits, self-awareness gives you the clarity to make the necessary changes. Growth also requires patience and perseverance. It's easy to become frustrated when you don't see immediate results or when the path ahead seems difficult. But true personal growth is not a quick fix. It's a gradual process of learning, adapting, and evolving over time. You may face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt, but those experiences are all part of the growth journey. Each challenge you encounter is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself and to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Committing to personal growth means taking responsibility for your own life, that you stop blaming external circumstances for your lack of progress and realize that the power to change lies within you. You understand that you are the creator of your own destiny, and that every decision you make either moves you closer to or further away from the person you want to become. This level of responsibility can be daunting, but it's also incredibly empowering. It means that no matter where you are now, you have the ability to grow and create the life you desire. Another key element of personal growth is surrounding yourself with the right influences. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the environments you place yourself in all play a significant role in shaping your mindset and habits. By surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you to grow, you accelerate your personal development. On the other hand, staying in environments that are toxic, stagnant, or negative will hinder your progress. Committing to personal growth is a choice to invest in yourself. It's about seeing the value in who you are and believing in the potential of who you can become. It's about understanding that growth is not a destination, but a journey that never ends. The more you grow, the more you realize there is always more to learn, more ways to expand, and more opportunities to evolve. By committing to personal growth, You set yourself on a path of continuous improvement, self-discovery, and transformation, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. Trusting your inner guidance is a crucial aspect of navigating life with confidence and clarity. This inner guidance is a deep, intuitive sense of knowing that comes from within, often referred to as your intuition or inner voice. It's the part of you that aligns with your true self, offering wisdom and direction based on your deepest values and desires. The challenge is learning to distinguish this inner voice from the noise of external opinions, fears, and distractions that can cloud your judgment. Your inner guidance is always present, but it requires you to cultivate the ability to listen and trust it. In a world filled with conflicting information and advice, it's easy to become overwhelmed and doubt your own instincts. External influences, whether they come from well-meaning friends, societal expectations, or media, often drown out the quiet, yet powerful voice within. Learning to trust your inner guidance means quieting the noise and tuning into that subtle, yet clear sense of what feels right for you. One of the first steps in trusting your inner guidance is becoming familiar with its language. It often communicates through feelings, sensations, or a deep sense of knowing, rather than through rational thought. You might experience a gut feeling or an inexplicable sense of clarity about a decision. Recognizing these signs and differentiating them from fear or doubt is key to developing a strong connection with your inner guidance. Another important aspect of trusting your inner guidance is practicing self-awareness and reflection. Spend time getting to know yourself, your values, desires, and what truly matters to you. The more you understand yourself, the clearer your inner voice becomes. Journaling, meditation, or simply spending quiet time alone can help you connect with this inner voice and gain insight into what it's telling you. Trusting your inner guidance also means having the courage to follow it, even when it goes against conventional wisdom or the expectations of others. It requires a level of bravery to stand firm in your decisions, especially when they are not popular or easily understood by those around you. This courage stems from a deep-seated belief in your own wisdom and the knowledge that you are the best authority on what is right for your life. There will be times when trusting your inner guidance may lead to uncertainty or discomfort. It might feel risky or unfamiliar, and you may question whether you're making the right choice. During these times, it's important to remember that your inner guidance is not just a random impulse, but a reflection of your deeper self and your alignment with a true path. Even if the journey feels uncertain, trusting this inner guidance will often lead you to outcomes that are more aligned with your true desires and goals. Your inner guidance grows stronger with practice and experience. The more you rely on it, the more attuned you become to its nuances and the clearer it will be. It's a process of building trust with yourself, learning from past experiences, and refining your ability to listen and act on what you know to be true. Trusting your inner guidance is about honoring your own wisdom and recognizing that you are the best source of direction for your life. It's a commitment to aligning with your true self and making choices that reflect your authentic desires and values. By tuning into and trusting your inner voice, you pave the way for a more fulfilling and aligned life, where decisions and actions are guided by a deep sense of purpose and self-awareness. In conclusion, focusing on yourself and stopping the waste of time is a transformative journey that begins with recognizing the irreplaceable value of each moment. By embracing self-awareness, eliminating distractions, and understanding that your inner world shapes your outer reality, you lay the foundation for profound personal growth. Committing to self-investment over seeking external validation, and practicing discipline with your energy empowers you to take control of your life and direct it toward meaningful goals. The power of your thoughts, when harnessed wisely, becomes the catalyst for shaping your destiny. Trusting your inner guidance ensures that you remain aligned with your true self, navigating life's challenges with clarity and confidence. As you continue to invest in yourself and prioritize your growth, you will find that your potential is limitless and the life you desire is within your reach. Remember, the path to a fulfilling and purposeful existence is paved with conscious choices, disciplined action, and unwavering trust in your own wisdom. By focusing on what truly matters and using your time wisely, you unlock the power to create a life that reflects your deepest aspirations and true self. Everything you wish to create, everything you long to experience, begins not in the world you see, but in the unseen world of your imagination. To trust your imagination is to trust the most sacred part of your being, the part that shapes your life and defines your reality. You must understand that imagination is not mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is the creative force behind everything that exists. The inner life you nurture is the blueprint for the outer life you will inevitably live. Imagination is not something that should be dismissed as mere fantasy or wishful thinking. It is the very doorway through which all of reality is shaped. Everything that exists in your world today, whether it's the chair you sit on, the phone you use, or the buildings around you, once began as an image in someone's mind. It was first created in the invisible realm of imagination before it became a solid physical object. When you understand that imagination is the first step toward creation, you begin to see its significance in every aspect of your life. To trust your imagination is to trust the source of all creation. It is in this invisible space, within the quiet of your mind, that ideas are born and new realities are formed. The more you engage with your imagination and see it as a tool for creation, the more powerfully you will be able to influence the world around you. Your inner vision is not limited by the constraints of time, space, or current circumstances. It can expand far beyond your physical reality, and through persistent belief, bring forth things that seem impossible. It is the gateway to new possibilities and potentials that do not yet exist in the outer world, but are waiting to be birthed. Those who have understood the power of imagination have shaped history, whether they were inventors, leaders, artists, or pioneers. Their ability to hold a vision in their minds, even when it seemed impractical or impossible, is what set them apart. To access this gateway, you must learn to trust in your imagination. Trust that the images, ideas, and values and feelings that arise from within are the first steps toward materializing something new. When you embrace your imaginative power, you begin to influence the conditions of your life. Rather than reacting to what is happening around you, you become the conscious creator of your own experiences. The secret is that imagination shapes not only the physical world, but also your personal reality. What you consistently imagine, whether consciously or unconsciously, determines the situation you find yourself in. If you are constantly imagining scarcity, lack, or failure, those images will harden into reality. But if you imagine abundance, success, and happiness, you will see those things appear in your life. The world will always mirror back to you the contents of your imagination. Many people believe that reality is fixed and that imagination is secondary to what is real, but the opposite is true. Imagination is primary, precedes and shapes reality. Reality is malleable, flexible, and can be changed through the force of your inner vision. This is the gateway that leads you from one reality to another, from limitation to abundance, from fear to love, from failure to success. The question is, are you willing to step through this gateway and trust what your imagination reveals to you? Belief is the engine that drives imagination into manifestation. Without belief, your imagination remains a mere daydream, something that flits through your mind but never takes root in reality. It is belief that transforms what you see in your imagination into something you can hold in your hands, experience in your life, and see with your own eyes. When you believe in something, truly believe in it, you infuse it with the energy and conviction it needs to take form in the physical world. Your belief acts as a bridge between the unseen and the seen, between the imagined and the manifested. Without belief, no matter how powerful your imagination is, it will remain idle, like a car without fuel. The power of belief is so strong that it can override even the most deeply entrenched doubts or fears. When you hold fast to a belief, no matter how impossible it may seem, the universe has no choice but to align itself with your conviction. The outer world bends and shifts to reflect what you believe internally. This is why it is crucial to cultivate beliefs that support your desires rather than beliefs that reinforce your limitations. Most people limit their imagination because they don't believe what they imagine can come true. They dismiss their dreams as unrealistic or improbable. But the truth is, everything that is now considered real was once thought impossible. The only difference between something that remains a fantasy and something that becomes a reality is the strength of your belief. When you imagine something and pair it with unwavering belief, you create a magnetic force that draws it into your life. You may not know how or when it will come to pass, but your belief assures you that it will. The more you believe in the reality of your imagination, the quicker you will see evidence of it in your life. The process is simple. Imagine it, believe it, and watch as your belief turns into reality. You do not need to know how it will happen. Your job is to believe that it will. The how is not your concern. It is the concern of the greater power that moves through all things. Your role is to hold the vision in your mind and to believe that it is already yours. The key to manifestation lies in feeling. It's not enough to simply imagine what you desire. You must feel as though it is already real, right here, right now. Feeling is the secret ingredient that turns an imagined idea into a lived experience. When you generate the emotional state that corresponds with your desire, you align yourself with the frequency of that reality. It is this emotional alignment that accelerates the manifestation process. Your feelings act as a kind of tuning fork. When you feel the reality of your desire in the present moment, your mind and body begin to resonate with that frequency. And because the outer world is a reflection of your inner state, the reality you feel internally will soon be mirrored in your external experience. Most people wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel happiness, success, or love. But in doing so, they trap themselves in a cycle of delay and frustration. They believe that their feelings are a reaction to the outer world, when in truth, the outer world is a reaction to their inner feelings. If you wait for conditions to be perfect before you feel the emotions of fulfillment, you will always be chasing after your desires rather than bringing them to you. The secret is to feel as though your desire is already yours, to embody the emotional state that you would experience if your dream were already a reality. Feel the excitement, the joy, the gratitude now, as though it has already come to pass. In doing so, you send out a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive it. And because the universe responds to your feelings, it will deliver the experience that matches your emotional state. Do not wait for things to change before you feel the way you want to feel. Start by generating the feeling now, within yourself, and watch as the world shifts to reflect it. To truly harness the power of your imagination, you must learn to detach from the physical senses and the immediate evidence they provide. Your physical senses, sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, are valuable for navigating the world. But they can also be misleading when it comes to understanding and creating your reality. These senses often present a limited, sometimes distorted view of what is possible. They are reactive, focused on the present moment and the tangible evidence around you, but your imagination operates on a different plane entirely. The world of imagination is not bound by the constraints of the physical senses. It is a realm where possibilities are limitless and where the laws of physical reality do not apply. When you rely solely on your senses to determine what is possible, you confine yourself to a narrow perspective. For example, if your eyes see a lack of resources or your ears hear criticism, you might feel disheartened and doubt your ability to achieve your goals. But these sensory inputs are merely reflections of your current state, not the totality of what you can achieve. Detaching from your physical senses means embracing a deeper, more intuitive understanding of your potential. It involves shifting your focus from the limitations presented by the external world to the boundless possibilities within your mind. By doing so, you tap into a higher level of consciousness where your imagination can freely create and shape reality. This detachment allows you to see beyond the immediate evidence and trust in the unseen forces that are at work in your favor. Consider the great visionaries and pioneers throughout history who dared to dream beyond what their senses could confirm. They did not let the current state of the world limit their imagination. Instead, they imagined new possibilities and worked to bring them into reality, often against all odds. Their ability to detach from the physical senses and trust in their inner vision allowed them to achieve what many considered impossible. In practical terms, this detachment means not letting temporary setbacks or sensory evidence dissuade you from your goals. If you face challenges or if things do not appear to be going as planned, remember that these are merely surface-level experiences. Your imagination and inner vision hold the true power to transform your reality. By focusing on what you want to create and trusting in the process, you align yourself with a higher frequency that can bring your desires into manifestation. The physical senses may inform you of current conditions, but they should not dictate your beliefs or limit your imagination. By embracing the power of your inner vision and detaching from the immediate evidence of your senses, you open yourself up to a world of limitless possibilities and infinite potential. Creating with precision is a crucial aspect of using your imagination effectively. Just as an artist must carefully plan and execute their work, you must be deliberate and precise in your imaginative efforts. The clearer and more detailed your vision, the more powerfully it will manifest in your reality. When you imagine something with precision, you are not only visualizing the end result, but also the process and details that will bring it to fruition. In imagination involves focusing on specific aspects of your desire and immersing yourself fully in the experience you wish to create. For instance, if you desire a new job, don't just imagine the general concept of employment, visualize the exact role you want, the environment, the people you will work with, and the feelings of fulfillment you will experience. The more detailed and vivid your imagination, the stronger the signal you send to the universe, making it easier to manifest your desires. Creating with precision also means aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your vision. When your imagination is clear and specific, you begin to notice opportunities and ideas that align with your goal. Your precise vision acts as a guide, helping you navigate your path and make decisions that bring you closer to your desired outcome. Precision in imagination is akin to setting a clear target. If you are shooting an arrow, the more accurately you aim, the more likely you are to hit the bullseye. Similarly, the more precise your imaginative focus, the more accurately your desires will manifest in your life. This requires a deep level of commitment and clarity. You must be willing to spend time honing your vision, refining your goals, and immersing yourself in the details of what you want to create. By creating with precision, you not only increase the likelihood of manifesting your desires, but also enhance your ability to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your vision. This level of detail and focus brings your imagination into sharper alignment with your reality, allowing you to see your desires materialize with greater ease. One of the most empowering aspects of imagination is its ability to override current circumstances. No matter what your external conditions may be, whether you are facing financial difficulties, health challenges, or any other obstacles, your imagination has the power to transcend these limitations and create a new reality. Current circumstances are simply reflections of past thoughts and beliefs. They are not permanent or fixed. They are subject to change based on your inner vision and imagination. When you engage your imagination, you tap into a creative force that can alter your situation, regardless of how dire it may seem. By focusing on your desired outcome and using your imagination to envision a better reality, you begin to shift the energies and conditions around you. Consider how many successful people have transformed their lives despite seemingly insurmountable odds. They did not let their current circumstances dictate their future. Instead, they used the power of imagination to envision a better life, set clear goals, and took inspired actions that led them to success. Their ability to see beyond their present situation and imagine a different reality was crucial to their achievements. Imagination allows you to rise above your current circumstances by focusing on what you want rather than what you lack. It is a tool for envisioning new possibilities and creating solutions that transcend existing limitations. When you persistently imagine a better outcome and maintain a positive mental state, you align yourself with the frequency of that outcome, making it more likely to manifest. By recognizing that your imagination can override current conditions, you empower yourself to make significant changes in your life. You no longer have to be a victim of your circumstances. Instead, you can be a creator of your destiny. This shift in perspective is transformative, enabling you to take control of your future and shape it according to your deepest desires and visions. Consistency is a cornerstone of effective imagination. It is not enough to imagine your desires intermittently or only when you feel inspired. To truly harness the power of your imagination, you must cultivate a consistent practice of envisioning and affirming your goals. This consistency is what reinforces your vision, making it a dominant force in shaping your reality. When you practice consistent imagination, you are training your mind to focus on a particular outcome or goal continuously. This repeated engagement with your vision helps to solidify it in your subconscious mind, creating a strong internal representation of what you wish to achieve. The more often you engage with your imaginative practice, the more vivid and real your vision becomes. Over time, this persistent focus helps to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome. Consistency in imagination also involves regularly revisiting and refining your vision. It is not enough to create a vision once and leave it at that. Your goals and desires may evolve, and your vision may need to be adjusted to reflect these changes. By consistently updating and refining your imaginative practice, you ensure that your vision remains relevant and aligned with your current aspirations. Moreover, consistent imagination helps to build momentum. When you continuously visualize and affirm your goals, you create a powerful force that propels you toward your desired outcome. This momentum makes it easier to overcome obstacles and stay motivated, even when challenges arise. Your consistent focus acts as a driving force, keeping you on track and reinforcing your commitment to your goals. Consider the analogy of planting a seed. Just as a seed requires regular care and attention to grow into a healthy plant, your imaginative vision needs consistent nurturing to manifest in your life. If you neglect it, the vision may wither and fade away. But with regular attention and effort, your vision will flourish and eventually take root in your reality. Consistency also helps to build trust in the process of manifestation. By regularly engaging with your imagination, you reinforce your belief in the power of your inner vision. This trust is crucial for overcoming doubts and maintaining a positive attitude, even when results are not immediately visible. The more you practice consistent imagination, the more confident you become in your ability to shape your reality. Emotional resonance is a critical element of effective imagination. It is not enough to simply visualize your desires, you must also connect with the emotions that accompany the fulfillment of those desires. The emotional aspect of imagination acts as a powerful catalyst, transforming your vision into a tangible reality. When you engage with your imagination, focus on how achieving your goal will make you feel. Imagine the joy, satisfaction, and excitement that will accompany your success. This emotional connection enhances the vibrational frequency of your vision, making it more compelling and magnetic. The stronger the emotional resonance, the more powerful your imaginative practice becomes. Emotional resonance also helps to align your subconscious mind with your conscious desires. Your subconscious mind is highly responsive to emotions and uses them as a guide for shaping your experiences. By consistently generating positive emotions associated with your goals, you align your subconscious mind with your desired outcome, making it easier to manifest your dreams. Emotional resonance helps to overcome resistance and self-doubt. When you feel strongly about your vision and the emotions associated with it, you create a sense of certainty and conviction. This emotional strength helps to dispel fears and doubts, allowing you to maintain a positive focus and stay committed to your goals. To cultivate emotional resonance, regularly engage in practices that evoke the feelings you wish to experience. This might involve visualizing your success, using affirmations that reinforce your desired emotions, or immersing yourself in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. The more you immerse yourself in the emotions of your desired outcome, the more you amplify the power of your imagination. Faith plays a crucial role in the process of manifestation through imagination. It is the unwavering belief in the unseen, the conviction that your vision will become a reality, and the trust that the process is working, even when external evidence may suggest otherwise. Faith is the bridge between imagination and manifestation, allowing you to remain steadfast in your pursuit of your goals. When you have faith in your imagination, you are not swayed by temporary setbacks or challenges. Instead, you maintain a strong belief in the eventual success of your vision. This faith acts as a guiding force, helping you navigate obstacles and stay focused on your desired outcome. It empowers you to continue your imaginative practice with confidence, knowing that your efforts will eventually bear fruit. Faith also enhances the effectiveness of your imagination by creating a sense of certainty and expectation. When you truly believe in the reality of your vision, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that belief. This alignment makes it easier to manifest your desires, as your entire being is focused on bringing your vision to fruition. In practical terms, faith involves maintaining a positive attitude and reinforcing your belief in your goals, regardless of external circumstances. It means trusting that the universe is working in your favor and that your imaginative efforts are creating the conditions necessary for your success. This trust is essential for overcoming doubts and staying motivated, even when progress seems slow or uncertain. To strengthen your faith in your imagination, engage in practices that reinforce your belief and cultivate a sense of certainty. This might include affirmations, visualization techniques, or surrounding yourself with positive influences that support your goals. The more you nurture your faith, the more powerful your imaginative practice becomes, and the more readily your desires will manifest in your life. Imagination is not merely a passive exercise, but a potent tool for personal and transformational change. By consciously harnessing the power of your imagination, you can alter your life circumstances, reshape your beliefs, and foster profound growth. This transformative potential is what makes imagination one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. To utilize imagination as a tool for transformation, start by understanding that your inner world directly influences your external reality. Your thoughts, feelings, and visualizations are not isolated. They have a tangible impact on the world around you. When you use your imagination deliberately, you create a blueprint for change that can guide your actions and decisions, ultimately leading to significant transformations in your life. One of the first steps in using imagination for transformation is to identify areas of your life where you seek change. This might be related to personal growth, career advancements, relationships, or health. Once you have a clear sense of what you want to transform, use your imagination to vividly picture the desired outcome. Envision yourself already living that new reality, experiencing the emotions, sensations, and situations that come with it. This detailed mental imagery serves as a powerful catalyst for change, setting in motion a series of events that align with your vision. Imagination as a tool for transformation also involves reprogramming limiting beliefs and thought patterns. Often our current reality is shaped by deeply ingrained beliefs that restrict our potential. By consciously imagining a new reality, you challenge and replace these limiting beliefs with more empowering ones. For instance, if you believe that success is unattainable, use your imagination to create a new belief system where success is not only possible but inevitable. This mental reprogramming helps to shift your mindset, making it easier to manifest the changes you desire. Furthermore, imagination facilitates personal growth by enabling you to explore different aspects of yourself and your potential. By visualizing various scenarios and outcomes, you gain insights into your capabilities, desires, and areas for improvement. This self-exploration through imagination allows you to better understand yourself and make informed choices that align with your true goals and values. Another aspect of using imagination for transformation is the ability to preemptively address challenges and obstacles. By imagining potential difficulties and visualizing successful strategies for overcoming them, you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for real-life situations. This proactive approach helps to build resilience and adaptability, enabling you to navigate challenges with greater ease and confidence. Imagination also plays a crucial role in fostering creativity and innovation. When you allow yourself to explore unconventional ideas and possibilities, you open the door to new solutions and opportunities. This creative thinking can lead to breakthroughs and discoveries that drive transformative change in your life and work. In practical terms, using imagination as a tool for transformation involves setting aside dedicated time for visualization and mental rehearsal. Create a quiet, comfortable space where you can focus on your imaginative practice without distractions. Engage in this practice regularly, immersing yourself fully in the experience of your desired transformation. Use techniques such as guided imagery, affirmations, and emotional visualizations to reinforce your vision and align your actions with your goals. Ultimately, imagination is a dynamic and powerful tool that can drive significant personal and external changes. By harnessing its transformative potential, you can reshape your reality, overcome limitations, and achieve the goals you envision. Embrace the power of your imagination and use it to create a life that reflects your highest aspirations and dreams. In conclusion, the power of imagination is a transformative force that holds the potential to reshape your reality in profound ways. By learning to trust and harness the full capacity of your imagination, you tap into a limitless source of creativity and possibility. It begins with embracing the inner life, detaching from the constraints of the physical senses, and creating with precision. Consistent engagement with your imaginative practice reinforces your vision, while emotional resonance amplifies its impact. Faith in the unseen bridges the gap between imagination and manifestation, allowing you to transcend current circumstances and bring your desires into reality. As you navigate your journey, remember that imagination is not a passive daydream, but an active tool for personal growth and transformation. It empowers you to envision a better future, reprogram limiting beliefs, and explore your potential with unwavering clarity. By consistently practicing and refining your imaginative efforts, you align your inner vision with your external reality, paving the way for extraordinary change. Embrace the transformative power of your imagination with conviction and dedication. Allow it to guide you, inspire you, and drive you toward your highest aspirations. The world you create within your mind is the first step toward manifesting the world you desire. Trust in this process, remain steadfast in your vision, and watch as the magic of imagination unfolds in your life, transforming your dreams into tangible reality.